Hey folks, Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Follow-up video to when I talked about business banking, business credit, building your business credit, all those little things that I spoke to you all about before. So in that video I'll attach below, you can go and watch that. One of the things I met with the small business banking advisor or agent at Wells Fargo over the phone, and we discussed how to increase my business credit, my business line of credit, and my credit card volume, because that's the next stage into transitioning from vacant land to buying actual physical commercial properties, or being able to really access more credit funds, more source of credit, if you will, because just like your Social Security and not Social Security, your credit score, your actual credit score allows you to access loans and get you better interest rates. You need to also look at how to do that on the business side. And one thing that people are not understanding that I do understand, and I want to make very clear, your personal credit is tied to that very closely. Yes, your business, you can borrow all you want, but the access to funds in excess of 100,000 or plus, your personal credit and that credit history is going to come into play. Your personal banking behavior will come into play when that happens, because the one thing they wanted to see in order for me to get approved. Now I'm asking for a number with some commas in there, so I'm not going up and asking for 5, 10, 15,000. I'm not asking for a personal loan. This is truly, does my business stand on business? You know what I mean? So I'm actually parking at the gym here. Get my swole on while I'm waiting. And one of the things that he and I talked about is that they're looking at my whole banking history. They're looking at the way my business checking account, my business savings account, my line of credit in my business, my credit card account in my business. It's all in Ancestry Lands business account. They're looking at how long have I had those credit cards for, how long have I had the banking line of credit, and do I show low balances, not maxing out. This is what the guy told me. I literally just got the phone like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. Do I have high balances? Do I max it out, or do I pay it off? So these things are going to really matter when you're looking at business banking in the form of business checking, business savings, lines of credit, and credit cards, which I have all 4 at Wells Fargo. So in order for me to get approval, they have to send it to an underwriter. And then they also need to know what I'm holding in my actual personal bank account. They need my tax statements and my bank statements to show what does my business and profit look like year over year. Now, am I going into debt? And again, I've said this before in other videos before, man. Your business needs to make actual profit. You cannot run a debt-based business and think that I'm going to start an LLC, I'm going to start borrowing, and I'm just going to start running deficits in my business. You need to first start your business, start building profit, start creating income, and start getting actual taxes that can show that whatever you're doing, when you transition from a sole proprietorship that's not really formed and you move to an LLC, that you are actually having income. Because in order to go to a bank and say, loan me something, just like it does with a private account or a personal account, you go and get a mortgage, anything else, you need to show that you are actually, you have money, you have good credit. And people don't understand that. It takes years for your business to have its own internal credit to borrow independently. A lot of people think, I'm just going to go to get a business, it's going to be completely separate. Yeah, at a high level. When these people are going and getting angel, like Grant Cardone and other people like that, when they're going into a business, they've already got these businesses with angel investors with millions of dollars to dump in there as collateral for larger loans. When you're coming in with your own personal couple $100,000, I'm sorry, not even 100,000, couple $1,000, and you need that, you're not even in the reach, because you don't have access to capital. And you get access to capital by building capital. When you can pull in, 50, $60 million in a turnaround time, the banks understand that they can lend you more than that because you have the ability to get accessible capital. So the next phase is, and again, where did I start this at? I start this with having income, starting an LLC. After a while, I had the LLC, I had income that I could show. I went and started and put seed fund into my business, got a business checking account, got a business savings account, and I stopped there. I started contributing and funding the business, putting money into the business account. And then after a time later, I asked for business credit and a business line of credit. From there, I'm transitioned my personal or, sole proprietorship expenses over to my business. So I had qualified expenses in my business. The guy asked me, he said, hey, today, the guys at Wells Fargo, he said, you got $13,000 a year in monthly dues and subscriptions and business expenses. And I said, yes, that is true. Ancestry Lands is at 100,000 subscribers, over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And that is for all the marketing and promotion that we do on social media and to actually run a business. It's $13,000 a year, a little over $1,000 a month from every subscription I got, every payment that needs to be made, everything to run a business. I can show that, hey, there is a digital side to the finances that the business is making. There's the real estate, there's the finances, and then there's the digital side, the social media side on every platform. Not only that, marketing, advertising, everything else like that, paying employees, whatever else to get there so they have access to everything to make the business run smoothly. So I say that to you is that, okay, now I'm at the point where I have business credit. I've been building it for over the years through having expenses, property taxes, pushing them up there and then paying it off, keeping low balances. You got to do this in stages. You cannot just willy-nilly start a business, give me a credit card, and I'm going to start charging, because your personal habits will damage your banking habits with your business, because you have not started out from a point of discipline, a measure of discipline. Shout out to Don Coombs. So I'm telling you all this because these are the steps I'm doing. Now, when people go and ask, Phil, how did you do it? These videos here are all telling you. So we'll see now what I'll have to submit. I've got to submit my 2023 tax returns, because we're still doing 2024 now. It's 2025, but we're doing our taxes currently. He wants to make sure they can see a good profit, and everything looks on my account. The bank's in good standings. The accounts are in good standings. The credit card business line of credit is in good standings. They're looking at the history to evaluate me as a person. Can they lend to me? Can they give me over 100,000? Can they give me 200,000 and say, okay, we can give it to him because he's good for it? They want to see my personal bank statements. They want to make sure that I'm not debt ridden in my personal life and I'm looking to leverage my business life to give me a new line of credit to destroy. And so they want bank statements, they want tax statements, and they want, what did he want? Tax statements, bank statements. And then I have to sign some signatures saying that, hey, I can go and apply for these increases. After I have the business lines of credit, I can start into smaller entry-level points of real estate outside of land. I can move into the next phase of the business where I start looking at hard assets to invest in the form of in commercial properties to use as rentals. Now, here's the thing I've learned. This is the last gem I'm going to give everybody. When you're looking for bank loans, maybe with Wells Fargo, I don't know about other banks, but this is what I was told from the person. They do not currently, at this time of the recording of the video, have investment property loans. Like, you want rentals, they're not going to loan you the money for that. In order to get a commercial loan through Wells Fargo, from the guy, what he stated, your business has to operate in 51% of the commercial building that you are looking to get a loan on. You cannot just buy it commercially and you rent it out and lease the space. Your business has to be in 51% occupancy or coverage of that space in order to be a commercial loan. Otherwise, it's going to be considered an investment. So you're not buying a fourplex, or, I mean, I guess a duplex would matter, but you need to have 51%. So it's going to be a little tricky when you're doing stuff like that. So That is something I did not know, but I sat down and spoke with the person because, for one, I wasn't coming to them looking for a qualified outcome. What I'm looking for is this discovery period to learn what I need to do to be a better banking client to qualify for loans. Now, the key is when we talk about generational wealth, what we don't do, we leave a house. I told my wife this earlier. You can't leave them a house because a house can be burned down, destroyed. Look at California. They can lose it through property taxes. What you need to do in generational wealth is leave them IULs, which I do too as well, index universal life insurance. You need to leave them things that they can borrow on cash through like cash value policies. You need to leave them access to large funds and not only just cash through your own bank account, but in the form of business credit. You need to leave them a business that they can step into and have access to capital, cash reserves, and the financial system at large. Imagine you being 30 years old and you're starting a business, but you're actually inheriting your family's business and they have $1 million worth of capital and income to start you off with. Everyone's going to get that's how you get generational wealth. And then you could put those into trust and other forms of investments to grow from there. But everyone thinks that the form of generational wealth is leaving somebody some damn house, and that's not it. You need to leave them access to capital and a pathway to start off better in the financial system that this country operates on, instead of everyone starting off at the first credit card they get every generation. You're steps and years behind. You need to give them access to financial revenues, avenues, and services so they can start off at a higher level than where you started off at. And it's not just leaving them a house which you have to pay taxes on in the first place, which they have to maintain. You don't leave them liabilities, you leave them assets. A business is an asset because it will make and generate income. So I'm telling you all this to give you all the secrets, the behind the scenes from a person who's doing it, not just talking it, but I'm walking it and I'm making it happen. And it takes time. I'm about to be 44 years old. It is going to take time. This face will be all gray by the time I get to that point. You can look at people like Grant Cardone and everyone else, but I'm not borrowing and getting stuff from angel investor. This is how you do it when you want to do it by your own 2 feet. But you got to have the discipline in order to start it. You have to have the financial wherewithal, and you need a mentor in your place. Now, I don't have mentors. I'm doing it out of my own know-how and research. So I'm creating a shadow mentor, a person that doesn't have knowledge by the fact that I want to seek out knowledge. And I find it through social media, things like that, or information and knowledge that I read, or by getting licenses, like being a certified, life insurance agent. Those are the things I do. I have to go get licenses in order to be able to bring this information to you. So in short, I'll just sum it up there, folks. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you send this video to somebody else. Please comment below if you like this video or whatever else, so that way you can understand what you need to do. A short is not going to give you the information I'm giving you here. It's not. If you're looking for how to grow a business and you need 60 seconds worth of content, I'm telling you right now, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. That's a commercial. You don't need commercials when you're looking to build a lifeline for yourself financially. So I hope you understand this. I hope you like it. I hope it's been informative. And again, my job in this is to give you all inspiration, education, and enlightenment, because this is what I'm doing. If I fail, you'll know too. So that's all for today, folks. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands. I'm on this business stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and go work out and make sure I can stay healthy, all right? Health is wealth too as well. Take care, like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.
Are you confused with today's real estate market? With high interest rates and overpriced housing, it can be hard to find something to own at the right price. Available on Amazon, Getting Dollars from Dirt by author Philip H. Davis is a game-changing book that invites you to embark on a thrilling exploration of this often overlooked asset class. This book is your roadmap to unlocking the secrets of vacant land investment. Inside these pages, you will uncover the transformative power of vacant land as a wealth-building tool. Discover how to spot promising properties, assess their true value, and capitalize on market trends. From understanding zoning and permits to leveraging financing strategies, you'll gain the knowledge and confidence to make savvy investment decisions. With each page you turn, you'll gain a deeper understanding of the profound impact your investments can have on the world around you. Getting Dollars from Dirt is not just a guidebook, it's a call to action. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a curious novice, this book will empower you to tap into the immense potential of vacant land and embark on a journey toward financial freedom and a brighter future.